Technology is a very basic thing in this industry, obviously. Without technology, you would have no industry like of this size and dimension. And I have very distinguished set of business owners and technologists who also interact globally with multinational technologies and executives. As you know, in this technology, one of the key things is storage. Electronic storage is a very big thing. Now, of course, cloud and all that, everybody knows it's a gigantic technology structure in itself. But he will specifically discuss on how the storage devices impact the edge devices and how low latencies and other things impact the edge devices at a device level.
When you look at a content delivery network, which is typically we say CDN, at the edge of it, there is a device now. Now these devices are getting humongously innovative, creative, and will be used in multi-facets like medical electronics, surveillance, your electric cars, your any autonomous things, you name it. But what actually happens is, you need a flash there in the edge device, but the flash has to respond fast. So that's in technical language we call latency. So it has to have the best of the best latency to deliver what is expected from a consumer point of view. So your response has to be extremely fast. So one of the biggest thing we are now seeing is where manufacturers are getting challenged is how to develop low latencies.
We live in very interesting times. As you can see, multiple technologies have now not only emerged, but they are now coalescing. They are creating a greater whole. The net effect is now coming into being. So AI, ML, cybersecurity, VR, blockchain, most of these multiple in the area, both hardware and software, you can now see a net effect which is better than its overall whole. I'd like to basically say, if you say 10 years down the line, unfortunately, I don't think artificial general intelligence, AGI, will be achieved in 10 years. It's just my personal opinion. We now have very narrow AI, ANI as they say, artificial narrow intelligence. It would take more than 10 years, it would say maybe 10, 15, 20 years for us to have a truly artificial general intelligence in the sort where a robot or a machine can be totally sentient, can make their own decisions, can steer the course, as they say.
Memory and storage industry, this is changing so fast, and to keep pace, we have to do a lot in the back end. Now let's start about the memory technology. So memory, from 1 alpha node to 1 beta node, kind of a year and a half earlier we had launched that 1 alpha, and now we had come to the 1 beta nodes as well. From a DDR4 technology to DDR5 technology, we are already there, and it is a revolutionary technology. Whenever we moved from DDR2 to DDR3 to DDR4, only cosmetic changes were there, while once we moved from DDR4 to DDR5, the entire architecture has changed, and the kind of bandwidth and the speed rates have increased tremendously. Now earlier it could have been a compute bound system. Now the system became a memory bound system, and once you move from DDR4 to DDR5, much of that memory wall you will be able to pass off. This is happening at both the client level, laptop, desktop, workstations, and even at the server level as well. Therein also the kind of newer processor that are coming, they are giving you 96, 128 kind of cores, and to give bandwidth to those kind of cores, you need DDR5 kind of memory. That is a big change that is happening, and a must for a next generation kind of infrastructure.
I am foreseeing that this kind of transition is going to be market driven. In last 2 years, if you see the data, collectively the MSMEs, they have invested whatever in ICT has already exceeded the investment by government as well as investment by large enterprises. So now it is a market to reckon very seriously, and that is going to drive how the design thinking of the tech companies will work. So in in past few years, maybe when most of the products were developed having a design thinking approach of, it is going to be functioning for a specific objective. It will basically be developed for technical people. Now that entire design thinking has to change because these MSMEs are not technically sound people. Even technical or IT people are not on their side. IT talent does not aspire to work with MSMEs. So the role of the system integrators, the entire IT channel or IT partners or system integrators ecosystems will be more desired by this particular market.
We see the era of EDR. So people talks about endpoint security, scaled up themselves from antivirus to EDR. Nowadays people talks about XDR. XDR is the latest trend. Everyone is talking about what XDR is all about. And we see across the globe, most of the organizations are threatened by threat vectors who are sitting across the globe and targeting the large enterprise company. And now we are talking about threat intelligence as a motion. We talk about red teaming as a motion. So this is an industry shift, and what I see, cybersecurity, it's a journey, it's not an end.
Tell that the era of generative AI is here, and you must engage with the AI. You must identify one technology and convert all your company's intelligence into the AI. You must convert your experience and the data of your companies into AI and use in a better way. Our partnership with Microsoft is just to ease these, the complex technology, to make that simplify to all of you. And the Copilot and the Microsoft Defender, the two technologies which we are going to focus more for a few years from now. So you must utilize that.